man, altcoins awaken. Are we back here on crypto? Another positive day for Bitcoin, but more importantly, we're seeing altcoins move. Another day where dominance is falling to the downside. Is this finally the rotation we've been talking about? Are we seeing money flowing away from some of these speculative plays back into the utility tokens? We've got a lot to cover off. Smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Do all that good stuff. We need to get to 20,000 subscribers, guys. If you appreciate this content, please just take a second to share, to smash up the subscribe button. It really does help. Let's get straight into this, guys. You can see here on the charts, which I'm sharing with you, 2 positive days here on Bitcoin, which is really, really good. Yesterday, we had Jerome Powell come out with the rate pause, which is what we were expecting. But then during the press conference, people liked what he was saying. The market seemed to respond pretty well. So you end up having a pump as Jerome Powell was speaking, leading the day to end in the green yesterday. And today, opening up green as well. At the time of recording, you've got the US markets open. We can take a look at them as well. Of course, you had this big crash in America, which I was just reading about. Condolences to those affected. But let's check in on the US markets to see how we're doing. You can see the NASDAQ pretty flat here. S&P 0.3, Dow Jones 0.35. DeepSeek's AI claims have shaken the world, but not everyone's convinced. Microsoft stock slumps 5% on disappointing revenue. ECB does a rate cut. Deutsche Bank's down 4% on profit miss. But altcoins are in the green. We've got a green day, and so there's hope. Where there's green, there is hope. On the day today, you've got up 22%. If you've not watched my video, I'm going to link it up for you guys to go watch. Fartcoin moving 32%. Ondo, a beautiful trade I took inside our Telegram community, up 15%. ENA, up 16%. Even Pepe up 7%. Chainlink, 10% on the day. Radium, the DEX on Solana, of course, benefiting from a lot of the trench volume and fees, sitting at 20%. Big day today. Big day today. If you're not in the market, you feel being away from these days. Let me just bring in the Sonic bubble here. Up 15%. Got a very important Sonic video coming up later on tonight. Make sure you smash up the likes and have the notification bell on, because it's an interesting one. You're going to want to watch that update video. Sui moving 14%. Even DOT 10%. So you've even got some of these old guards, right? I used to always make videos about Polygon, which is now up 6.6%. Chainlink up 10%. And Polkadot 10%. Cosmos Atom 7.3%. These were projects which were around in a previous cycle. These are the proven coins doing pretty well here today. Gala up 12.4% as well, which is really, really good to see. So the question being, what's going on? Why are we seeing some shoots of positivity? Well, it comes down to this. It's the Bitcoin dominance falling. Today is a big candle for Bitcoin dominance. And this is a really important candle. In fact, I was sharing this with my Telegram community. If you're in the Telegram community, smash up the likes, because you got this first. I shared the chart pattern with you guys, and I said we got to see a breakdown on the dominance. And today is the day we're seeing that. This is the dominance which has been climbing day after day. I mean, if we jump over to the weekly candlesticks, take a look at the weekly candles. It's been a painful period. Even this week which we're in is still so far a green week for dominance. It's been a whole month to the upside, bouncing from the EMA ribbon. And this causes pain for altcoins. But now, is the tide turning? Are we now in a position where we can start challenging that the 59% mark and start trying to break this pattern here to the downside? You can see we're in a steep upward trend. Look at the white line here, guys. Steep upward trend here on dominance. So the main challenge is going to be, can we get ourselves into this area? Can we start just candlesticking down into that territory there, which will give us a good couple of days of altcoin potential? And so far, so good. The candlestick you're looking at, if it remains that way for the rest of the day, is a bearish engulfing candle. If you've taken my TA course, ijazcrypto.com/TA, I'll link it in the description, you will recognize this is a very powerful reversal candle. It normally signals a reversal in the trend. So it's not just that this candle is red. We're hoping that we can follow up with a couple of days here where altcoins experience some good moves. Okay, so that's what we're looking out for here in the market. Now, longer term, I can see the argument that people say, oh, maybe dominance just wants to cool off, right? Maybe dominance just wants to come to its EMA ribbon and then bounce. But you have to remember, it's failed to get its higher high, right? If we can curl it over here down to the EMA ribbon, that's a good sign. It means the dominance has failed to post its higher high, because previously this went as high as 61.5, right? That wick on that candle, 61.5. Whereas this wick on this candle here only went as high as 59.8. So this is good. This is a lower high, and it can mean we can start triggering a nice little bit of an altcoin season, even if it's only for a little bit. A potential move down to 52%, 53% on dominance could be a powerful moment here for altcoins. So I'm locked and loaded, right? I'm in my altcoins. I'm not rotating out of my altcoins. I know some people try to do this thing where they jump into altcoins and jump into Bitcoin when it's doing well. You guys know I'm not about that life. Right? Call me stupid, call me dumb, call me not a good timer of the markets. I hold my Bitcoin, which is a good chunk of my portfolio. I know some people say, oh, that's boring, put it all into altcoins so you can get 100x and all this stuff. No, I hold my Bitcoin, so when Bitcoin does well, when Bitcoin dominance is climbing, I'm still green in my portfolio. Bitcoin is carrying me these last couple of months. And now when altcoins do well, I've got the altcoin side of my portfolio to carry me, even if Bitcoin wants to be boring for the next period. So Bitcoin here hitting 106, which is really good. And the question now is going to be, will Bitcoin stall? I don't necessarily think Bitcoin will stall. I mean, if we get a daily candle close today where we're at, so at the time we're recording this video, it's 105.8 on Bitcoin. If we can get a daily candle close where we're at, this will be the highest daily candle close we've ever got on Bitcoin. This is a really big moment. Yes, yesterday we hit a new all-time high. Last week we had a new all-time high at 109.3. So if this weekly candle closes anywhere in this region above, let me just take the candlestick here, the close was 104.4. Any candle close on this week, which still has 3 days to go, but in those 3 days, any candle close above that 104 level is the highest weekly candle we've ever got. It's a good sign. Right? And if we jump down to the daily candles, you can see the daily candle, the highest daily candle closes we've got is roughly around the 106 level. So there's a chance we get that today as well. We could even get our highest daily candle close with a bit more of a pump in the next few hours. Strong signs for Bitcoin. So how do we marry those two up? How does dominance go down but Bitcoin continue to go up? That's normal. That can happen. Bitcoin can continue to grind higher, but altcoins just move at a multiple of the rate. That will lead both Bitcoin and altcoins going up in terms of their value, but of course dominance taking a falling to the downside because altcoins are moving at a multiple of the rate that Bitcoin is. Hopefully that makes sense. You may need to rewind 30 seconds if it didn't quite make some sense. Let's check in on the dollar index as well, and it's a good sign. It's stalling, right? This was the dollar index here over the last kind of couple of weeks and months. Too strong. We failed to reject it from this area. It climbed, it retested the EMA ribbon, it went again. Now it's struggling, right? Look at this bounce on the EMA ribbon. It couldn't do the same here, right? Naturally, the dollar index wanted to do this to keep risk off. We're pushing it to the downside. Let's come and test this purple line. Let's start seeing if we can start sending it down. If we can send it down and lose that daily EMA ribbon, it's a good sign. It means risk is rotating on for altcoins, which is good for the traditional markets, it's good for your tech stocks, and of course we should see our altcoins start to move. So I want to see dollar index really lose the CMA ribbon and move to the downside. On the weekly chart, we got more work to do, right? Look at this weekly EMA ribbon coming in at support. At the same time at this purple trend line, we've got a long way to go to send this into a downward trend. Now, if we zoom out, we know that every time we've had an explosive bull market, it's in these trends when the dollar index has significant movements to the downside. So we need that. We need to watch this. We need to make sure this gets sent powerfully to the downside. Quick check-in on the total market cap of crypto continues to sit close to all-time highs with 3.54 trillion. Of course, Bitcoin is a big proponent of that. So when Bitcoin's sitting here at 106, which we've just touched while I'm recording this video, this is going to be looking good. What I want you to focus on is the next chart down, which is your total 2, which excludes Bitcoin. Still not hit an all-time high. And this is a reminder, this is a function of two things. One, Ethereum is lagging, right? You can make the argument Ethereum is lagging. It's not turned up to the races just yet. Therefore, this number is lower than it should be. Understood. Let's look at total 3, which strips out Ethereum as well. And then you start to understand that, okay, the altcoins are a bit better. Let me just draw this horizontal here. You can see we're just on the candle closes. We're slightly higher, right? A couple of weeks ago, we did get a little bit more in terms of the money in crypto than used to be. But not much. I mean, we're 1.04 trillion now, literally at the time of recording. We've hit 1 point in the past. We've hit 1.13 in the previous cycle. So we're not sitting here with loads of money in altcoins. No, we've not had a bigger cycle this time round yet. We still haven't surpassed the previous cycle size if you're just looking at altcoins alone. When you bring in Ethereum, then it's not even near, right? It's a good couple of percent away from the previous cycle. It's only when you have Bitcoin included that you can see that more money is now in crypto versus the previous cycle, but not by a lot, guys. It's not a lot. I mean, we're talking 17%. I wouldn't be surprised to see this cycle get up to 5-6 trillion in total money in crypto. And if you want to be a bit more conservative, make the argument for 4.5 to 4.75, right? In this kind of region up here. That would be the least I would expect from a bull market, particularly with Trump in power, particularly with the ETFs and the institutional exposure we've got. I just expect a lot more than we had in 2021. So to summarize, it's still early. We're starting to see some green shoots for altcoins. I expect February to be a strong month. I want to see dominance come down. I want to see the dollar index come down. And that should give us a nice, powerful February, which historically has been really strong for altcoins. If you actively want to trade with me through a strong February, join me in the comments below, ijazcrypto.com/TG. If you like these types of updates, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Help me on the journey towards 20,000 subs, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Share with your friends and family. Really does support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.